Shit. Yo, what's up, man? Welcome to my YouTube. That is cringy as fuck. I'm not gonna be doing that, bro. I think I'm gonna just be starting like a normal person. So I thought I'd make a similar type of content to what my friend Vaughn's been making recently. You probably don't know his channel, but here it is. Shout out to him. His stuff is really cool. And when I saw him kind of doing this commentary style where he's doing art, but at the same time he's just yapping and ranting about whatever's been going on in his mind, I thought, hey, that's pretty cool. I fuck with that. I've always been someone who's like loved to get his thoughts across to an audience, and I just really can't make the time because I have to animate and take care of the team and do all this other stuff. But I realized that he's doing it while drawing, which is his main thing right now. So I could do the same thing while animating because it's my main thing. So yeah, man, I don't know how often I'll be posting, but here's me animating a piece of my upcoming video, and yeah, you get to hear me yap over it, man. So let's get to it, bro. Yeah, so what I'm doing here is this video that I'm making, I'm really excited for because I genuinely believe it's probably one of my best pieces of content yet. And it's called How to Manipulate the Dream of Life, bro. Mystical shit, but it's very practical. It's probably my most practical video so far, and I just feel like it really converges the things I've been interested in lately with real life stuff, which I've also been very much interested in. And I'll get into that in a bit, but yeah, that's the video I'm on right now, and I'm animating a scene where I die. Basically, I get shot in the head, I die, and then my astral body, my soul, my consciousness pops out of the physical body, has an out-of-body experience, because that might be what happens when you die. And hey, by the way, Vaughn just uploaded a video, man. Y'all should check him out, bro. That stuff, the content he's making is I really rock with that stuff. But without further ado, let us get to it. Ah, shit. But yeah, as I was saying, what was I saying, by the way? Something about converging. Yeah, the things that I've been into lately. What am I doing? I don't even use guidelines much. Yeah, I'm just like that, bro. I don't draw guidelines. I'm that nigga. If you're trying to get like me, well, you can't. Sorry. I'm playing. But I don't know why I started doing guidelines. I don't usually do guidelines, but I think something about the fact that I'm recording right now throws me off just a tad bit. Maybe I shouldn't have started this from scratch because I may have underestimated just how much focus I'll be needing to allocate here. Anywho, I spoke about, like this video, the upcoming video converging my latest interests. Here's the thing about me, man. Ooh, nice. I've always been, but for the past 2-ish years, I've been a pretty mystical guy. Like, that's just the stuff I like. The unexplainable aspects of reality that no one can ignore. No one can deny the fact that they exist, I mean, but people can ignore. That's what a lot of people do. They ignore it, and when confronted with it, they just create certain beliefs or responses that make them feel comfortable, which is okay. That's what you should do. That's what everybody does. It just so happens that I'm one of the few people who feel very uncomfortable by being comfortable with something that doesn't make sense, you know. Whereas for other people, because it's not really their point of interest, their passion, purpose, or just, you know what I'm saying, like, you don't like football probably, or you do, but you might not like basketball. Same thing. So they're comfortable with just not knowing, kind of like how I'm comfortable with not knowing jack shit about architecture, because fuck that shit, bro. If you put math into art, you've automatically ruined it. I'm sorry, bro. Architectures are just weird. Y'all are a phenomenon. Yeah, but yeah, what I'm trying to say is, yeah, this is crazy. Drawing while talking, animating while talking, brother, it's different, brother. But one thing I'm trying to do here is I'm gonna go on hella tangents, by the way, is be very authentic. I feel like my personality really shines when I'm the most authentic, which is why watching Vaughn create that content where he's just sitting there yapping while drawing, I saw his authenticity come out. That's the Vaughn I talk to when I'm chilling behind the cameras. That's the Vaughn that I talk to. And I was like, this is what I've always wanted to do. With the main channel, I get to share my interests and what I truly believe in, and the things that I genuinely think benefit the world, my passion, my purpose, like the embodiment of who I am as a person. I get to share that on my main channel. But on, you know, it's very difficult to get my actual personality across, like just the raw, authentic version, because with the main channel and stuff like that, you have to create scripted videos and shit like that. They have to be scripted. They have to follow a certain, just to make things make sense, to simplify everything, to make sure I don't go on tangents like this one. It has to be hella scripted and stuff. And it's very difficult to get your real personality across when something is scripted. But I feel like my real personality shines a lot. I think that's why I've been previously attracted to things like podcasts and all that stuff. Still am. Still will have time for that someday in the future. But this immediately stuck out to me when Vaughn did it as, oh yeah, dude, you could do this. You could have so much fun with it, and it could really help send your personality across to the world. And so that's what I'm doing now, and I 100% feel it. You know, the little yap I've been going on for the past 5 minutes, I don't know, that was real. And there's a difference. It's very subtle stuff, but that was real. That was me on a random Monday afternoon, drawing and thinking. Back to what I was saying earlier about converging all the things that I've been recently interested in. So as you probably know, if you've watched any of my channels, I'm a pretty mystical dude. I love philosophy. I love the depths of things. I love all things unexplainable and all things, I wouldn't say spiritual, but that's what they are. So I can't avoid it. It's very spiritual things. And spiritual just meaning the essence of what can be observed, right? Whatever lies behind what you can observe is, in a sense, the spirit or the essence of all things. And so I love that shit. Whatever the fuck is going on behind this shit, I love that. And I love knowing about it and experiencing it, you know, without necessarily an end goal. People are like, well, you're into all this stuff, you're trying to figure it all out, but you'll never find it. And it's like, okay, first of all, let's say it's impossible to actually find it. Even though I doubt that, because why would it be impossible to find if it exists? Like, why would the mystery exist if it was impossible to be demystified? If that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't. But point is, I don't expect to ever find it. I just love the experience of all this stuff. And you're probably wondering, if you don't watch my shit, what are you talking about? Nigga, I'm talking about dreams and shit. And all this like paranormal stuff that goes on. Not necessarily the scary stuff. That's pretty cool too. But like all the ether stuff that's going on. Stuff to do with the UFO sightings that have been happening around, that everyone wants to pretend it's pure government conspiracy, and because everybody used to say, oh, that's bullshit back in the day. UFOs, you're crazy for thinking that. I used to think you're crazy for thinking that. But then slowly they started to pop out, and now they're everywhere. And now people have gone from saying you're crazy to, oh shit, well, it's all a scam from the government. Good luck with that, bro. I'm certain most of it is. A lot of what we get to access about all the UFOs and aliens and shit is probably like disinformation of sorts. If we've learned anything from our government, it's they do not run out of that bullshit. However, man, I need to focus on drawing. What the fuck? I don't have time. However, aside from that, there's definitely some stuff that is true that's going on, or else why would they be doing this in the first place? Why not just continue to rule over us using the same tactics that have worked for thousands of years? But now they gotta pull out the aliens. It's because they're here, bro, but they gotta control. Everything is real. They just control how we perceive it. They're trying to control how we perceive these fuckers. Whatever the aliens are. Some people say they're humans from the future. I don't know, man, but hey, man, you're on my channel now. We're gonna get into that sometime, bro. Anyways, so all the stuff to do with like paranormal phenomena, from aliens to fucking dream worlds, other dimensions, quantum physics, and whatever's going on behind the veil of reality, and what reality is, and if there's other realities aside from this one. I've been very into that. But as of late, I've been into more than just that. And I'm really starting to realize, I made a video on my main channel called Ikigai, talks about where your passion, that which you like to do, your skill, and that which the world needs converge together. That's what Ikigai means. It's a Japanese terminology for that bullshit right there that I just said. And I've started to see mine come together so drastically. And what's ironic is ever since I started applying the wisdom from the shit I've been interested in, not necessarily the dreams and the parallel realities, the aliens and the drugs, all of that stuff, but like beyond that, I've been really interested in how to shape reality. I think it's a natural trajectory that a person takes when they start to desperately or, you know, obsessively learn about what's going on behind the fabric of reality, right? That ultimately leads you to a point of trying to figure out, okay, if that's what's going on this side of reality, the unseen side, what about this other side, our side? How does what's going on that side correspond to our side? And if I figure that out, can I figure out this shit as well? Yeah, that happens to be metaphysics. I've been hella into metaphysics lately. Not just lately, maybe over the past 3-4 months. It's really kicked full force, like not even 3-4 months. I'd say, yeah, like 5 months, but it's kicked into full throttle the past 2 months, I'd say. I've been really into this stuff. It's become practical, and I'm starting to realize why I've been into all this, like, you know, metaphysical shit. No, forget the metaphysical shit, but why I've been into all this like reality stuff from the jump. At first, I just thought it was like an interest of mine. Fuck, what am I doing? Bruh, look, this ain't easy, bro. I'll tell you that much. Well, it's easy because I'm really good at it, but how was I saying? Like I used to think, why is it that I'm into all that stuff? Is it just for fun? Is it just to explore the ethers? Because, dude, I did put my mind into it. I have gotten really good at lucid, relative to the average person, really good at lucid dreaming. Relative to like people who are really good at it, I'm still a novice, sort of. But, you know, I can guarantee myself a lucid dream within, if I try today, tomorrow, and the day after, chances are I'll have at least one, if not like 6 of them, right? If I just put my mind to it. So, and it varies in consistency. Sometimes I'm having them daily, right? Recently I had 12 experiences in the span of 3 days, which was really cool. And from lucid dreaming to what I perceive to be out-of-body experiences, but there's a weird line between out-of-body experiences and lucid dreams and other phenomena. I have a friend of mine, and he and I are still trying to map out this whole thing, but we're that deep, bro. We're so deep that we're just, I ain't even gonna say it, bro, but we're deep in that shit, man. I'm telling you, you know, every night for us is dimensional travel. I've gotten to that point, and that's really fun, and it's opened my mind in hella transformative ways. It's the reason I took the direction I did with my YouTube channel. It's the purpose and passion that reignited me to return back to my YouTube channel, because I took like 1.5 years off, if not 2, to make money off of a client base, which has helped me not die, so that's good. But yeah, other than that, it's just fun, right? That's what I thought. Like, it's just fun. It's cool. It might be some cool insights about the workings of reality, but it's taking place in other dimensions, other realms, whether you think they're made in the mind or not. You don't even know what the mind fucking is. It's probably everything. Anywho, see what I'm saying, bro? This shit gets crazy. But point being, man, I just thought, yeah, this is the stuff that it's just like, it's just for fun, sort of. It's deep. It's not just fun for me, but relative to everybody else, how's whatever I learn in there gonna be really practical to those who aren't interested in other dimensions? Nothing, apart from a few philosophical minds here and there. But then came the metaphysics, and came first the knowledge that I started acquiring from these experiences, that very quickly I realized, oh, these dimensions of experience, right? These dream worlds, And I'm not gonna go into what they are. Probably I might, I don't know. but let's just keep your definition. Whatever you think the dream worlds and the other dimensions and the out of body and the astral planes are, whatever you think those are, be it thought forms, imagination in your mind, external places, all is mind, whatever it is you think it is, keep that definition. It doesn't matter, it's the same thing. These worlds, mental, inner and outer worlds, correspond. It's not like two different things. They're like one coin, two different sides. They correspond, and one cannot exist without the other, and one directly affects the other. What you learn there can be directly extrapolated and help you understand more of this plane. I started realizing this very slowly, very gently, but very quickly I started to actually study it, because the correspondence was too profound. It was too, the realizations and epiphanies I'd get from these experiences, from some of these beings and stuff, were too crazy for me to just say, okay, shit, that's another cool thing I happened to coincidentally learn about reality, about this world, that I learned about from a dream or an out-of-body experience. It got to a point where I was like, oh nah, man, hell nah. I gotta start like, man, I gotta pull up Google, bro. I gotta start going on those Reddit deep dives and forums and all that crazy stuff. And then I started reading books, bro. And then now I'm at a point where I'm like, holy shit, bro. I'll say this, what I've learned so far is the only real difference between this world and dream worlds, and I'll say dream worlds to encompass everything else, whatever you think an astral plane is, if you even know what that is, you probably do. A fucking drug experience, out of body, near death, whatever, your imagination, just other worlds, right? The only difference is that this world is slower and denser than those. This all sounds really mystical, but I'm about to ground it into real life really quickly, because that's what I've been on lately. I've been on to like, oh shit, like, boom. There's like, you can really like, you're not a victim of your circumstances here. You're not a victim of your circumstances. You control everything to a degree that you're unconscious of right now. But the moment you become aware of it and you start to practice it, very quickly you see it. And very quickly you can start to extrapolate over everything that's ever happened to you in the past and start to see how you were directly responsible for it. So this world is just slower and denser. There's the illusion of time here. That's it. You know how in a dream, in a lucid dream, you can just decide to like fucking summon shit out of nowhere and it'll just pull up and manifest in that world? You do that here too, literally. But it takes longer. That's it. It takes time. Something that doesn't exist in dreams. It does, unless you become lucid, then you know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, man. I've been into manifestation, to put it simply. I've been beating around the bush, bro. I've been into manifestation. My breath. And law of assumption. Attraction, I guess. Same thing. Saying that, probably a few people have been turned off because the crystal hippy dippy girls have kind of ruined it. And that's cool, man. Everyone's got their own assumption of this thing. It has been used in bad ways, though, in the sense that a lot of people who come into this knowledge don't use it effectively. Yeah, they don't use it effectively, and so it's turned into that thing that everyone knows about, everyone's heard of, but not a lot of people believe in. And if they do, because a lot of people actually believe in it, but they don't get any results from it, so it doesn't become the central focus of their lives because they've gotten a tool that they know works, but they haven't committed to it enough to actually see it working. And so it's like they consciously think it works, but subconsciously they've already made the belief that it doesn't work, you know, because they're not, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it comes down to just passion or interest. It's like certain people are meant to find certain things, right? And the people that make it work are the people who obsess enough over it or just focus on it enough for it to actually work. A lot of people want to draw. But how many people actually end up drawing or learning how to draw? Well, only the people who are meant to. The people who are meant to are the ones who either end up getting lucky or they end up putting the actual work to make it happen. Hands are crazy, but I'm about to show you guys why I'm the GOAT and you're not. I'm sorry. Yeah, but as I was saying, it kind of comes down to like a degree of passion, a purpose, and maybe destiny. Yeah, whatever. But I've been into that stuff, man. You really are in control of your reality. You really can bend it like a lucid dream. You know, it's yours for the taking. That's kind of why you're here. Just a lot of people aren't aware of this, so it passes them by. Yeah, man. I don't know, I went on a hell of a tangent. Kind of lost my train of thought, so I'm trying to lock in on this hand. Fuck. I'm usually really good at just winging hands, I promise you. But this is an angle that I haven't really been, I don't think I've ever done, ever. I've never drawn a hand with this angle, and so, fuck me, man, I'm embarrassed. I promise I'll do better next time. Okay, nah, wait, hold on though, wait a minute. Man, don't play with me, hold on, bro. Hold on, bro, I got this. I got this. It's coming through. Look, it's coming. Bro. It's coming through, man. But, yeah, that's what I've been on, bro. Been on some pretty cool mystical shit and figuring out how to apply it in real life. The thing is, man, it's why I love this shit. There's a degree of mysticism. Like, there's a degree of mystery towards existence that is so exciting for people like me, whose sole purpose for incarnating or being birthed into this plane of existence is to figure out what is going on. Like, just to figure out, what is this shit? How do I play it? You know, imagine just like being born, boom, all of a sudden you got a PlayStation 2 in front of you, you got the controller, you don't know what game it is, you don't know the controls, you don't know nothing. That's this reality. And then there's some people who become very interested in, you know, beating the final boss. Some people become very interested in like just free roaming, you know? Some people become interested in the story mode. And then some people become interested in the code behind the game. Some people are like, fuck this shit, bro. I see what's going on here. What game am I playing? That's me, bro. I'm like, wait, hold on, bro. What am I playing right now? What is this shit? Okay, it's called Earth. Shit, that does not sound fun, bro. How do I play it? Are there any cheat codes? Oh, there are. Oh shit. Oh, there's other games I could play too. Oh, they all connect. They all interconnect. Oh shit. Okay. You know, it's one of those things. That's what's so interesting to me about like reality, existence, Earth, life, you know. It's this mystery. And for some people, they bathe in the mystery. They play in it. And then there's others who speculate upon it, ponder on it, put a magnifying glass upon it and just stare for hours. That's me, man. That's me, bro. I'm like a scientist for reality, bro. That's what I view myself as. Granted, no qualifications whatsoever. But I think being above averagely good at exploring the realms of the mind relative to most people is a decent qualification. One that at least actually matters to some extent. There's people like me and others way better, way more qualified than me when it comes to all this traversal of other planes. And they team up with scientists and other people with qualifications in other fields. That's where real breakthroughs happen, man. I'm done stressing over this hand because it's not even gonna last that long in the frame. I promise you I could draw better hands. I swear to God, but what's happening today is weird. Also, it's like this, look, I'm not gonna explain myself. I'm not gonna explain myself. By the way, bro, if my locks look funny, bro, it's a long story. I'm gonna tell you, bro. Don't worry, I'm gonna sort it out soon. But So I got these back in January, early January. I have extensions, especially for the sides, right? Because I had an undercut. The sides of my head was always being shaved, right? And so I had like a top, a big curly top. The top are like, all the locks from like this part upwards are like 80% real, 20% extension. Like the very ends of it, just because the guy put extensions on my whole head and then we started cutting everything. And then the ones here, you know, from here lower, are just raw extension, apart from like maybe 10% that's my real hair, because my hair was really short. The side hair was really short at the time, and he told me, yeah, they're gonna start coming off. This is just temporary because your hair is really short. Once they come off, a few months from now, come back, then we'll like sort you out because your side hair would have grown enough. And I was like, bet that. When I first got the locks, nobody told me. Like, I mean, this is one of those things where I just knew it's a journey, bro. You experience things, you learn, you grow. There's probably a lot more mistakes I'm gonna make and learn. Beauty is, none of it is permanent. It's all very reversible. But what was I saying? Yeah, the locks, bro, they got tightened so hard at the roots when they first did it that it had all these like lines, all these partitions on my head that I didn't like. That's what it looks like when you get a fresh retwist. And I wasn't expecting that. I didn't think I'd have to look like that for the first month or two when I get locks. I thought I'd just get straight into like that nice balanced level of frizz, which I like. Maybe you don't, but like I thought you just hop straight into that. And I told the guy, like, yo, fuck this, I don't want this. I want my hair to look like this picture. Look at this shit. And it's like, oh man, but you can't, you gotta wait it out. I was like, bruh, no man, no, I got like a party today, bro. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it like that, bro. And he was like, all right, no problem, man, just no problem. Then he sorts me out. He kind of loosens the roots and everything, and it's calm. Yeah, bro. And I thought that was the first mistake-ish, sort of. Not really, but it turned into a mistake because of what I did later, which was never going back for a retwist. It's been 4 months. I never went back for a retwist. And that's the thing. If I had started off with like the roots being tightened completely, my dreads would have grown as proper dreads. But because I loosened the roots, it's like my hair, the roots merged basically at one point. Now I have like a J. Cole sort of root system going on here, which is completely reversible. They just gotta like detach the roots and shit and all that stuff, and it's just a retwist that I gotta get soon. Basically, I've learned that I cannot avoid that stage with the fucking partitions in my head. Fuck it, man, I'll take it. So yeah, haven't had a retwist in so long, just because I've been so carried away with work. I haven't really been going out because I've been working a lot, so I haven't really had the need to dress up and look my best for the public like that. And when I did, my hair was still solid. Now it's looking a little crazy, but I'm gonna sort that out pretty soon. Lesson learned. So my guy is dead. How does a dead guy look? Here's the thing about artists, man. When you're drawing, sometimes you have to like do the expression physically. It's weird, but yeah, sometimes you just gotta like, if I'm drawing someone who's angry, you just find me drawing like feeling the expression from the ethers, bro, and just channeling it onto the page. It's cool shit, man. This has been very fun. I'm gonna end it soon because I gotta go film a reaction with my friend Vaughn. So we're starting a shared reaction channel where we film reactions basically on just random shit, and it's gonna be really fun. He's always wanted to do it, and just recently I've gotten hella drive to do it myself, and so that's gonna be fun. I gotta go do that in like 11 minutes. I think this video's been long enough, but yeah, to conclude it, man, how do I draw a dead person? Yeah. My bad, bro. Don't. Here's the thing, bro. I'm starting to get really comfortable really quick here. Which, you know, I don't always get this comfortable with the camera. So, like, the weirder aspects of me will start to spill out very quickly. I'm a weird dude, bro. And I love it. I actually love it. But I'm a weird ass dude, bro. So be ready. Buckle up. Buckle up, Rockies, cause we got a rocket van. No. Buckle up, duckies, cause we got a rocket van. Delivery and bread flying crazy cause we can. Sway, produce. Yeah. That right there. That's a good cartoon. Anyways, yeah, to conclude this jaunt. Jaunt, what the fuck? To conclude this shit is I've been learning, man. I've been learning about about this reality shit. It's really cool, and I'm applying it physically in my life, and I swear to God, bro, I swear to God, I'll leave you with this, you know, like to really, you know, maybe every reaction, that's fucked up. Every one of these videos that I make, which will be awesome because this is so fun. I actually really like this. I just knew it. This is really fun, and it's probably gonna make me want to work more. Sometimes I wake up, I don't want to work. I have a team now. I'm able to like afford a team to help me with some of this stuff, so that kind of allows me to be a bit more lazy. But this might be the hack to that laziness. But I'll be every reaction. Fuck me, man. Every one of these videos, I'll try to leave you with a thought, a consensus that I've reached to that you probably think is crazy right now. And maybe in the same video, maybe in a following video, I will explain why I think so. And I'm certain if you're open-minded, perhaps you may not agree, but you'll understand. You'll be like, I get it. I can see your perspective now. And I think the whole world would be better if everyone could do that. You don't gotta agree with people. You have to have the ability to be able to get out of your own shoes and wear the other person's shoes to understand why it is that they would think like that. And here's the thing. Provided anything that anybody does, you may not have to agree with, but you can 100% understand it. If you fail to understand it, that's cool, but it's a reflection of your own visceral denial of another part of humanity. Hitler. Hitler. Nobody wants to agree with Hitler. Neither do I. I don't want to agree with what he did. But you should be able to understand him. You don't have to. You don't owe him your understanding. But your inability to understand someone's motives is actually a reflection of you, in a sense. And it's not a bad reflection either. Failing to understand someone doesn't make you bad or less than, you know? It's just a stark reflection of you. Like, if you fail to understand rich people, it's a reflection of the fact that you've never been rich and yet still have no ability to understand rich folks. Does that mean anything negative? Not at all. It's just a literally, it's a mirror. When you look into a mirror, what you see doesn't have to be good or bad. It's just you. And so you failing to understand something shows a blind spot in your being. And we're not perfect. We're always going to have blind spots. Therefore, it's not a bad thing. But I hope you understand what I mean by being able to understand and to see why it is that people think what they think. Here's what I think. Here's what I know. And knowing is weird, but we have to get to a point where we just start accepting that some things we know without actually knowing. In a weird way. This life is a dream. This existence right here is a dream. And the only reason you might deny it initially, which again is completely fine. Like, I'm not here to say, man, if you don't think it's a dream, you're like, whatever. Because realistically, I'm the crazy one here. Relative to society at least. But if you do, however, get that reaction of, dream? What do you mean? Then it's probably because you don't know what a dream is. Or you don't have as deep of an understanding of dreams as you should, or as you think you do. Like, if I were to ask you, what is a dream? You're gonna tell me it's some imaginary world that you enter when you sleep. But what if you're wrong? Do you know that that's what it is? But science told me, Freddy. Fuck science, nigga. Fuck science, bro. Don't fuck science. Science has got it, but like, science is painfully aware of how much it doesn't know. It's just a theory. Everything's really a theory. But if I were to ask about dreams, if I wanted to know what dreams were, in essence, I'd listen to the scientists, and then I'd go listen to that shamanic dream walker in the Mesoamericas from like 2,000 years ago. I'd also go listen to that guy. These guys live in that world. They understand it experientially far more than we do. And what is the best form of understanding if not direct experience? What the ancients called gnosis, direct experiential knowledge. We have no idea whether we're dreaming right now or not. We have no idea. Think about it. You go to bed at night, you start dreaming, right? When you're in the dream, that shit's real as fuck. You have no idea. No one could tell you otherwise that you're dreaming, It's real as hell. Even though the craziest shit is going on, reality's bending around you, you're turning left, you're in school, you're turning right, you're in your mom's bedroom, it's all sorts of craziness. You still think it's real, despite it just going crazy out there, Why? Isn't the same thing going on here? Like right now, you're 100% convinced this is real and no one could tell you otherwise. So what the hell, man? But then you'd say, okay, wait. But I wake up to this one every day, right? Sure. But you wake up to that one every day too. Every night. When you fall asleep, you wake up to that one. Also, isn't it crazy how you have to sleep or else you die? Isn't it crazy how your body allocates 8 hours a day to sleep, but it doesn't allocate that much to food, to taking shits, to fucking, to anything, right? Nature doesn't waste time. If it allocates 8 hours, what is that, like a third? Holy shit, a third of your day to this one activity. It's the most important activity of the human race, bro. Like the human body, bro. It's the most important thing you can do. Why so? I don't know, man. There's a lot of, well, I guess I do know. I'd like to think I do. We could get into that some other time. But you have no idea if you're awake or asleep right now, and you would never know. And here's the thing. Here's where it gets really interesting. In dreams, people get lucid, right? You can get lucid and then you start to explore and you start to have superpowers, start to have vast, crazy degrees of control over the world around you. You become a god in a sense. Wouldn't it be crazy if we had hella historical accounts in every tradition of people who've done just that in real life, nigga? Think about it, bro. We got Jesus, we got my boy Buddha, we got all the dudes, all the devas in Indian text. We got stories of the Anunnaki, we got the Aboriginals, we got the Egyptians, we got everybody in every culture saying some shit about that, about people who had power, who could control shit, bend reality to a degree, read people's minds, walk on water, fly, levitate. They're everywhere. If it was just myths that we created, I don't know, man. I don't know. If it were just myths, why is it all so similar? It's like all these people from different corners of the world coming up with similar stories. They didn't have the internet back then, so what the fuck is going on? I think it's a real phenomenon that was happening. Buddha is quite literally called the awakened one. What happens when you're in a dream and suddenly you become lucid? You awaken to the fact that you're in a dream. And then what happens when you die? Well, you disappear from that world and you emerge in a new one. The Egyptians called sleep mini deaths, like a temporary gentle death, or the Tibetans, I forget. That's what we're doing every night. We're kind of like dying and coming back. Little deaths, I guess. And so yeah, bro, I just think it's very interesting how all this happens here. I might have not done the best job at trying to explain my thought process to you right now, just because I'm realizing I'm late. I gotta go record that reaction very soon. But simply put, this is a dream and you can become lucid in it. And there's varying degrees of lucidity. And those who start to understand how reality works start to gain their lucidity bit by bit. Eventually, the ones who take it really far become enlightened. They become awakened, aka Buddha. Buddha is called the awakened one. You wake up from the dream of life and you choose to do whatever you want. It's crazy. There's monks who can meditate and die at will. I saw that shit recently and I was like, nah, bro. That's crazy. Look up the Burning Monk of 1970 or something. I don't know, just the Burning Monk, and you'll see it. These guys have activated superpowers. This guy was being burnt alive, seated in a lotus position to death, didn't move, didn't flint a muscle. That is superhuman. It's actually impossible to do. So how is he doing it? Well, superpower. That's just put it as it is. It's superpowers. It's superpowers. If we can have superpowers in this reality where they seemingly were like impossible and just shit we see on TV, what does that mean, bro? Like, when it gets to a point where we have people that are, you know, our entire culture, our entire history is plagued with people who could fly and do all this crazy jazz. Dude, it's religion. It's where religion comes from. Worshipping and believing in these beings that were superhuman. If we're seeing hints here and there of people dying at will in meditation, people being able to not eat for months and drink water for months and longer and sit still and burn to death without moving an inch in lotus position, that is a superpower. If superpowers exist here, plus all the other similarities that this world has to a dream, I don't think you need any more convincing. However, there's a lot of cognitive dissonance that still takes place because of how you've been raised. One little speech or one video does not change your beliefs that you've held so dearly from birth, rightfully so. But cognitive dissonance does not hold a candle to experience. When you start experiencing these things, you know, getting lucid for yourself and seeing just how much the mind can create, how much more profound that world is from this one, how much realer it can get than this one, a degree of detail that could never be fathomed here, a degree of complexity and depth and emotional presence that's just unfathomable relative to this world. You realize that, dude, that place is more real than here. This shit is more of a dream than the place you enter every night when you go to bed. That's enough of Freddy's metaphysical, mystical, philosophical woo-woo rant. That also happens to be really deep and awesome. Let me save this shit real quick. Where do I save it to? Hold on, bro. Bear with me, man. I gotta lock in real quick. All that mysticism got me fucked up. CH2. I haven't paid for Clip Studio Paint. They were supposed to like cut me off 2 days ago. They haven't yet. I don't know who's guiding me, bro. But please continue. I got the bread to do it, bro, but my card expired and so they won't let me pay for jack shit. But oh shit. What I was gonna do is, you could probably see what I was going for here, yeah. I'll finish it off later and I'll show you in the next one. I'll record another one, maybe even tonight. This was really fun. I might do some more, batch record a bunch so I don't have to do it every day. But yeah, thanks for checking this out. If you've made it this far, you are actually a legend. Genuinely, if you've made it this far, you are the exact type of person that I would love to talk to. I mean this. I genuinely mean this. I think one of the like purposes of existing is finding yourself, and as a result, finding everything that relates to you. You only find yourself by experiencing that which you were not. Friendships that aren't meant for you, people, situations, circumstances, careers, and then you find that which it is you are. And once you find who you are, reality always reflects who you are. So your reality brings you everything that reflects you. This is who I am right now. This that you're seeing, and the fucked up locks. This is me right now. And if you're here still, you're also part of that. So feel free to hit me up if you're not already. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.